Our next speaker is someone that is very familiar to all of us. In fact, Bryan has been coming and speaking to our group since way back when. Since we've been a group, actually, talking about messaging and framing. We've learned an incredible amount from him. He's now moved to our Indivisible Huron Valley community. And boy, were we glad to see him come. And he is part of our Legislative Action Committee. And he's here tonight to talk about something that we can all benefit from.
Thank you, Sherry. Thanks. It was 2 years ago or something that Sherry invited me to talk to Huron Valley, Indivisible Huron Valley. And I had such a good time, we just moved. So here we are. But in the meantime, it's been a long 2 years. So my name is Bryan Watson, and this time tonight, because of all the hats that all of us wear, the hat I've got on tonight is from Liberal Leadership League. Liberal Leadership League is a group that we formed, a business, a nonprofit that we formed 2 years ago in 2019, because we have a passion for messaging, for getting the words right, getting the language right, getting the imagery right, getting the story right. And quite frankly, we've been terrible at it. We've been terrible at it for years, which would be okay, but the other guys are really, really, really good. So we've been trying for the last couple of years to turn that around. Some of you, many of you, I think, have been through some of the training that we offer. Primarily, that's what we do. We do training. We do basic framing, teaching people how to use their language and get it done better, get the effects done better. And with that in mind, we've got a course coming up that's brand new. We will be teaching it. We'll be offering it in October. There will be it's a 3-part series, so 3 Sunday nights in a row, or 3 Tuesday nights in a row. We're have it at 2 different times. So what is the course? The title of the course is Message Vision, not Division. What we're going to be talking about is dog whistles, something that we've kind of heard about. We know we've heard them all the time, but we don't really understand where they came from, why they're using them, how they work, and importantly for us, what to do about them when we hear them. How do we respond? It'll be, as I say, it'll be a 3-evening course on 3 consecutive Sunday nights or 3 consecutive Tuesday nights, depending on which ones you sign up for. About an hour and a half each. These are not an hour and a half of lecture. There's some lecture, there's some video, there's some small group discussion, large group discussion, and there's practice. You get to do the work, which is always good for us. You get to do the work. We're doing this in conjunction with a researcher named Ian Haney Lopez. You may have heard about him. He actually wrote a book called Dog Whistle Politics, and he's done considerable amounts of research in messaging and how this works. So he prepared some course material. We took it and said, can we use this? Can we, turn this into a real course? And he loved it. He loved it. So we're really excited about that. As I say, 3 consecutive Sundays or 3 consecutive Tuesdays. Did I mention there's no charge? But we do take donations. We're a nonprofit. We're good for that. So that's it. I've got some paperwork here. You can find us on our website, which, surprisingly enough, is liberalleadershipleague.org, or on Facebook, Liberal Leadership League, and half a dozen other places. Or you can just come and grab me, and I'll give you a piece of paper to look at, for those of you that like that. Thank you very much. Liz?
Well, I just want to do a commercial. I'm really good at commercials. The Saturday group knows that. So Sherry and Gary and I were fortunate enough to do the beta test group.
Yes.
You want to call it that, with Liberal Leadership League. And I will tell you, I know Gary said the same thing because he was in my small group. The last session, I was just really tired. I worked a horse show all day. I was exhausted. Like, I do not want to do this tonight, but all right, I'll get on. I was so energized by the end of it. It was so much fun to play with it and play with the wording, and such a safe space. There's nothing you can do. You should never feel bad saying should it be said this way? And you will never feel like any idea is not a great idea. You know, you will build on it, you will modify it, you will change it. And I said to Michelle yesterday, we were talking about something else, and he said the work that we've done with Liberal Leadership League, and I've been really fortunate to do a lot. It's been really fun. I can go and do something like what we did with Karen's going to, Karen, you call her Karen, that's her sister's name. Christine is going to talk about. We did that talking to students at Oakland University yesterday. And it just comes. Like, when it just, talking to people just comes so much easier after you've played and practiced and done what they do so well. So that's my commercial, sorry.
What she said. Thanks, Liz. Yes.
Who's your target audience on this?
I'm sorry?
Who's your target audience for the class?
Well, quite honestly, let me say that our target is the other side, the conservatives, or to be gentle, because we're looking at what we're hearing from them all the time. One example of a dog whistle that we take on explicitly in this course is something called critical race theory. You may have heard of it. And we do some discussion and some training on how to deal with that. So who is our target audience? Our target audience is people who want to respond back to that. Certainly we've had a lot of support from Indivisible Huron Valley and other indivisibles. But we're reaching out on this course, we're reaching out to the whole state, Democratic clubs, indivisibles, everybody we can think of. Okay, does that help?
Yep.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And just to add something too, I think the other usefulness of this kind of work is not just with presentations or the actions that we do, but when you have that conversation with that neighbor, that doesn't see eye to eye to you, or you just bump into them in your everyday interactions, it can be stressful. But having this little bag of understanding, these tricks and tools really to work with are great. We're happy to have it. So I hope some of you take advantage of it. That will be in the newsletter. It'll be in on the website, and it will be probably on our Facebook member page again.